You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Happy Friday. It's the start of the weekend and it is May 10th. We are officially in double digits of the month. Hard to believe it. I'm Kimberly Perot and I am excited about this morning's edition of Good Morning Vail. We are getting ready to head into Mother's Day weekend. So I am in the kitchen showing you a delicious and easy but looks fancy brunch casserole dish that you can share with your friends and family this weekend to celebrate. Plus, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I'll be having a conversation with the Chief Medical Officer of Hopemark Health about treatment-resistant depression, which is very important to talk about and how you can help your loved ones or if you are looking for treatment yourself. Plus, we've got the Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. It is their 25th anniversary, so I cannot wait to talk about all the fun things that they'll be doing, including a party because you are going to celebrate like it's 1999. But all of that is getting started, so let's start our show.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces. Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
Daily Flash Latino. Designed for the American Latino audience, Daily Flash Latino hosts Jessica Reyes and Fabian Marcano deliver their fresh perspective on the latest entertainment news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, and more in both English and Spanish, aka Spanglish. Daily Flash Latino builds, connects, and celebrates the diverse Hispanic audience. Daily Flash Latino, trending news and entertainment with a splash of Spanglish.
Good morning, Vail.
Well, just down the road from our beautiful valley here in Vail is the wonderful Glenwood Springs, and even better is the Glenwood Canyon Adventure Park. Joining me today is the General Manager, Nancy, to talk all about their 25th anniversary celebration and beyond. Nancy, how are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm doing well, thank you. Yes, ski country, snow in May in these parts, huh?
It's true, and you are celebrating your official 25th anniversary. I know you just recently opened your doors for the season, so how has it been so far? Is the energy different because it's your 25th anniversary?
You know, it is. The energy is fantastic. We've been planning this celebration for over a year. It's hard to believe it's been 25 years since we first opened the caves in 1999. And we are going to party like it's 1999 because we opened the caves in 99. So we're going to have this big party on May 18th, and we're bringing a Prince cover band in. Yes, he will play Party Like It's 1999. We'll have some fantastic drink specials, and we will honor all the folks and persons who have helped us over the years to get to where we are.
That sounds like a blast. And so the party is Saturday, May 18th from 4 to 9 p.m. Do you need to buy tickets or can you just show up? Tell us a little bit more.
You know, tickets are $10, but we're going to buy them at the gate. They're not available online. So beginning at 4 o'clock, you can buy a $10 ticket for the gondola, and that's a throwback price to what our original prices were in 1999. And when you get up there, then of course you can do some upgrade and do some other things like purchase the full ride package or visit the cave. And our cave was recently designated as a national natural landmark, and which is a huge honor and really wonderful that it coincides with our 25th anniversary. So you want to be sure to come in and see the cave and enjoy some of the rides and, of course, the views and some drink specials.
That sounds like a blast. So speaking of rides, you have a brand new one. Tell us all about it.
A brand new ride. Well, our most recent ride is our Defiance Coaster.
Yes.
And that also is everything we do at the park is special and unique because our topography is very difficult to. That is the world or the country's highest in elevation drop tower ride. So that's our newest ride up there. So it's very iconic and again broke some records in the industry.
That's amazing. So what else can our guests expect this year as you continue to celebrate your 25th anniversary?
You know, we're doing lots of things. Like I said, we're doing the annual pass sales. So watch our website for annual pass sales. You know, using the word 25 and either $25 off or 25% off or throwback pricing, things like that. The other really big thing is the free, yes, I said free, gondola for the month of June. And so for the month of June, we will be giving free scenic gondola rides. And the only way to get that ticket is to purchase that online. So very excited. We'd like people, a lot of people drive I-70 or drive through town and they look and they say, what's that? Folks, that is a free gondola ride for the month of June to celebrate our 25th anniversary.
Well, absolutely take advantage. So those tickets you can only buy online, but tickets for the party you have to buy at the gate. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Sorry to be so confusing, but yeah.
No, that's totally fine. So there's also some fun celebrations given your recent designation as a national landmark. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, so we're going to bring up a bunch of folks on our May 18th party. We have asked many of the people that helped develop the caves and help preserve the caves and continue to actively help preserve and keep the caves in healthy condition. So we're inviting cavers, we're inviting people from the National Speleological Society, and the folks that helped us get started. We're going to recognize all those people at our May 18th party.
Wonderful. Now, Nancy, I have to ask, what is your personal favorite thing about the park?
My favorite thing about the park.
Are you allowed to say?
Yes, absolutely. You can't put baby in a corner. My favorite thing about the park, honestly, is when I'm out in the park and I'm watching families and groups of people enjoy the park. That is actually my favorite thing, to just watch people experiencing the park, experiencing fun times with their family and friends. Now, if you're asking me what's my favorite ride, is the Defiance drop coaster.
Well, it's record breaking, so it has to be pretty amazing. Now,
Yeah.
I have another question. You mentioned enjoying seeing the guests participate in the park. Do you have any words of advice or how to best prepare for a day in the park?
Absolutely. After watching the traffic patterns I've been there 16 years, get there early. Don't be afraid to get there early. We open at 9 o'clock in the morning. After Memorial Day, our park will open at 9 a.m. But get there early. Here's the other, either get there early or get there late. Now, I'm not a morning person, so I'd rather get there late. So, but the afternoons and evenings are delightful. If you've experienced Colorado at all, you'll know that we get afternoon thunder showers almost every single day, which impacts the rides and the gondola. So if you come, say, 3 or 4 in the afternoon and you stay till 7 at night, you will have the park to yourself.
That sounds like a local's best kept secret. So we appreciate that tip and trick. So Nancy, where can we go for more information to plan a day at the park, to buy tickets for all of the celebrations?
GlenwoodCaverns.com.
Awesome. Well, Nancy, we appreciate you, and best of luck as you prepare for the party next weekend. Again, that's May 18th from 4 to 9 p.m. And thanks for sharing all of your information.
Great. Thanks for having us. Have a great day.
You do the same.
Bye-bye.
Now, stay tuned. We have some important conversations coming up around mental health awareness. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hello, I'm Shervin Rezai here with Chenna Garden in Avon, Colorado. My hobbies are obviously skiing. I've been skiing since I was 3 years old. In addition to that, music's always been my first passion, and you can see that alive and well at Chenna Garden with our little record nook, where we have over 300 records, and we'll continue to grow that collection and play vinyl records for you while you enjoy your cuisine. Chenna Garden is Avon's oldest running restaurant. We've been open since 1988 when my mother set up shop and wanted to begin offering Avon, Colorado the best quality Chinese food that we could get. And I started working in the restaurant when I was 8 years old as a dishwasher, making $1 a day. And then one of the servers, pushed by my dad, told me I should ask for a raise, and then I got $5 a day, but then I had to put all $25 at the end of the week into a savings account, which actually helped me out in college. So after college, I went out to New York for law school, and I spent 15 years out in New York City practicing law and working in-house, which exposed me to a lot of restaurants all over the world, all over the country. And after getting exposure like that, I realized that we have this beautiful restaurant here that has so much potential. So in the fall of 2023, we came back, remodeled, and tried to get this back to give that special feel that I've known all my life here. We've been offering a lot of new cuisines, including German cuisine with our good family friend Gunther Schmidt, who's been serving up authentic German cuisine in the Valley for many, many decades. Why not? This is America. We can serve German food in a Chinese restaurant, and we just let it try. And after a year of it, it's been building up some success, and we're just having a lot of fun just seeing the look of bewilderment on every customer when they're like, how am I getting German food in a Chinese restaurant that's this good at this quality? China Garden is really all about that community, and that first starts with the local community. We always try to take care of all of us who are working hard, grinding it, so that we can also enjoy what this valley has to offer. And through that, we get a nice mix of word of mouth, tourists who come in. We're looking for something a little more authentic and that has a history with the valley. I'm a proud member of the Avon Vail Valley community, lifelong member as I was born here, and I hope you come out and see us here at China Garden. We're open every day, 4 to 9, any day the mountain's open. Cheers.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
Join host Madison Brown as she visits with guests ranging from country star Toby Keith to magician Tommy Wynn. He explores the kitchen from cake decorating to cooking Hawaiian style, all while exploring unique locations across the country. Check your local listings and tune in.
Good morning, Vail.
Now, modern medicine is a wonder for physical ailments, for mental ailments as well. But what happens when your medication is no longer working and you kind of have treatment-resistant depression? Joining me today is the Chief Medical Officer of Hope Mark Health and Medical Director, Dr. Abid Nazir, as well as one of his patients, Karen. How are you both this morning?
Good, thank you. Excited to be here.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Absolutely, and we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us because May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and this is an important conversation that we should be having more often than not. So, Dr. Nazir, tell us a bit about treatment-resistant depression and what it is.
Sure. To answer that question, we'll start with major depressive disorder. And that is a condition where you have a predominantly sad mood. It's hard to find pleasure in daily activities. There are a host of other associated symptoms like changes to sleep, appetite, concentration, energy level. And at times it can progress and become more severe where you have thoughts of not wanting to live, suicidal thinking. And when all that impacts your day-to-day functioning, that's when we would call this major depressive disorder. Now, a third of those would be classified as treatment-resistant depression. So what does that mean? It means you've tried 2 antidepressants and haven't found relief from those 2 medication trials. Then we would consider that treatment-resistant depression.
Wow. Now, how common would you say this condition is?
I mean, major depressive disorder, about 1 in 10 adults in the United States have been diagnosed with that condition, and a third of those would be considered treatment-resistant depression.
Wow, 1 in 10. It's an important conversation to be had. So, Karen, let's talk about it, because you yourself have treatment-resistant depression, so tell me more.
Yeah, I'm very honored that we're partnering with Johnson & Johnson in order to have this conversation, which is very important. And I myself am a very positive, optimistic, hardworking individual. and very self-motivated. So when someone says, oh, just cheer up, don't feel depressed, it's not that easy. I was feeling these symptoms of depression for quite some time, and that's why I started seeking help. I started working with my therapist and found Dr. Nazir, and I was prescribed antidepressants, and they were working for a while until they stopped working for me because I was going through a really tough time, and I was confused. I didn't know what was going on because it felt like I was already doing all the right things, like eating healthy and doing your workouts, hanging out with friends, going outside, taking your medicines, and then I just plateaued, and I was so frustrated and confused. I didn't know what to do.
I think that's a conversation that people don't have, is what do you do when things are not working and you seem to be doing it all right? So can you talk to us about your current plan and what you're doing now?
Sure. I continue to use the antidepressant medications prescribed. They're being altered here and there as needed. I continue with my 8-year relationship with my therapist. That's very important to kind of make sense out of the world. Also, Dr. Nazir meets with me on a regular basis to make adjustments where needed, and to also administer the treatment that made a difference for me, which was Spravato. It has worked for me to kind of come out of that state of feeling stuck. And apart from that, continue to have a healthy lifestyle, like being active and creative through different means, like biking outside or meditating, doing yoga, things of that nature.
Well, here in Colorado, we love to do all of those things. So if you ever need to come visit, you should.
I'm coming.
Now, Dr. Nazir, let's talk about this. And how can a person's support group help them? You know, if you see somebody struggling with TRD or signs of depression, you know, what is some advice that you have?
The first advice that I have is to really try to reach out to a healthcare practitioner. Like if you have a psychiatrist, reach out to them, or a therapist, primary care physician, and seek out some treatment options, especially if you are trying different treatment medications and they're not giving the relief you need. Then, explore further on an option such as Spravato. But it's important to know that if you're in crisis, actually calling or texting the Suicide Crisis Lifeline at 988. That's another resource available for more immediate help. Going to Spravato.com and exploring that treatment option on their website. But I'll ask Karen, how did she handle that with her loved ones when they recognize it?
Many people don't ask that question. It's very important. If you are the loved one, if you have a loved one that is experiencing those symptoms, make sure to ask, how can I help you? I don't want to assume what you're going through or be a know-it-all, so just tell me how I can help you and make it easier. And then also encourage them to seek professional help, to look for that specific, unique help that unique individual needs, because everybody's journey is very special and unique to them.
Well, the mind and the brain is the epicenter of our overall health, so it's important to bring these conversations up and let people know it's okay to ask for help. So we appreciate your time. Now, either one of you, where can we go for more information, and what advice would you have as we wrap this conversation?
The best place to start to learn about that treatment option we've discussed today is Spravato.com, and talk to a healthcare practitioner for
Well, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us, both Dr. Nazir and Karen. Karen, best of luck to you. You have a great positive disposition, and I appreciate your transparency, and we hope that others will feel comfortable to do the same by listening to this conversation. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now stay tuned. We'll be back with more right after this short break.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that. And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. They're NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page. From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Eight-time Emmy-nominated Animal Rescue is a half-hour television series showcasing the heroic efforts of people helping animals. Join host and award-winning journalist Alex Payne and the Animal Rescue camera crew as they travel around the world, capturing dramatic rescues, rehabilitation, and relocation stories. For programming schedule, check your local listings today. Don't miss your favorite episodes of Animal Rescue.
Good morning, Vail.
Well, good morning and welcome back to the show. Now, Mother's Day is upon us, but it is also springtime brunch season, and you're probably entertaining friends at home or you're going to a party, and so you want to bring something delicious with you. So I'm going to show you how to assemble a very deconstructed version of a ham and cheese croissant casserole style. So it's quite delicious. This is one of my favorite ways to just throw everything together, and it's a great way to make things for a big party. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We've got our croissants here, fresh baked in the store. I've got Swiss cheese ham. I love to use the Boar's Head honey ham. To me, it's just absolutely delicious, and the quality is very good. And then we've got 4 eggs. You usually take about 3 eggs for this recipe, but it's up to you and if you want to do more. We have mozzarella cheese because you can never have too much cheese when it comes to a breakfast casserole. And then it is up to you. We've got our choice of half and half, or you can use regular milk if you want to, and then garlic, salt, and you can use salt and pepper to taste. So this is going to be the easiest recipe. We're going to go ahead and get started. I also have some rosemary. I love this recipe because this is like the secret ingredient that makes it very special. And we're going to go ahead and pull some of this rosemary out. You need about 1/4 of a cup. If you don't have fresh rosemary, that's okay. But here's a fun trick. You can take, the leaves are facing up. You can just take your fingers and pull it off just like that. It is the easiest way instead of having to individually pick off each of the rosemary leaves. We can do that here, but it just takes some time. To me, right now, it smells like Christmas in here. If you could smell the scent of this fresh rosemary, I love to use fresh herbs anytime that I can. I often will mix it into butters if I have time, or you can throw it into a cream cheese or whatever it is. Herbs are the best. So we're going to go ahead and start to just do a rough chop of this rosemary. You know, if you don't have a chopping knife, that is okay. We are showing you recipes that are good for anybody who wants to try it, and it may not be the expert around the kitchen. So you just kind of want to bunch all of your rosemary up, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of cut through it just a little bit. And if the cutting doesn't work, you can actually also just use your fingers, which we're going to go ahead and do. I'm just going to rip this up and sprinkle it in here into our bowl, because what we're going to do is create, it's like a French toast. We're going to create a kind of a mixture to soak our croissants into. So I'm just ripping up this rosemary. You know, you want to make sure, if you look here, you can kind of see there's a little bit of like a bottom piece of it, a stem to it. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that we don't include that into our mix. So throwing that in here. Rosemary is looking good. It's smelling fresh. You know, we are in springtime, so you know what that means. Fresh herbs galore. If you go to your local farmer's market, your grocery store is probably going to be pretty stocked up with them as well. But I am just ripping up these fresh rosemary here. And you can also just dice it. It'll be a little bit easier if you have a chopping knife. But if you don't, that's okay too. I'm just going to rough this up a little bit more, and then we're going to move on and add the rest of our liquid mixture before we start coating and soaking our croissants. So you want about a half a cup of your milk. We're going to go ahead and just use the regular reduced fat milk. But if you wanted to make it a little bit of a thicker, you know, more hearty and nutrient dense, rich batter, you can do that too. But we'll do about 1/4 of a cup. And again, it really just depends on how many croissants you have. So we have 4. I would recommend getting 4 to 6 croissants for this recipe. So we've got 4 here, and we're going to go ahead and make a little bit of a smaller version, because we're not making it for a big party. We're making it for our crew here at TV8 because we love a Friday morning breakfast. So here we go. I'm going to crack this egg. So a good way, and here's a fun trick. If you had time, you can always crack your egg into a cup so you don't get your shell into, there we go, into the mixture here. So I like to crack them on the counter on a flat surface. And it makes it nice and easy just to pull it apart just like that. The recipe calls for about 3 eggs. You can always do 4 if you need to, but we're just going to stick with what the recipe calls for now. All right, so that's all mixed together. Now, here's the fun part. We'll need to add some seasoning. So we've got our fresh rosemary, which is delicious, but you always have to have a little garlic. Every good recipe has garlic involved in it. So I'm going to wipe my hands off really quickly here, and then we're going to go ahead and add some garlic salt to the mixture. You can do about 1/4 of a teaspoon if you're a big person that likes to measure, but I'm a eye as I go kind of person. So here we go. We did the garlic salt. I'm going to go ahead and whisk all of this together just like this. I'm just whisking, and you just want to make sure that it's nice. Everything's kind of blended. It doesn't have to be perfect, so that's the best part of this. And just kind of whisk it, because we're just going to take our croissants, we're going to dip them into our mixture, and then from there we're going to actually just assemble our baking dish. And this is the easy part. So I'd say the hardest part was probably doing the egg cracking, because you never want to get a shell into your batter. So I've got my croissants. It does not matter, you know, what kind of croissant. If you don't have access to fresh croissants, that's okay. You just need to make sure that they're room temperature. But again, 4 to 6 croissants, depending on how big the croissant or the amount of people that you're serving this for. So we've got all of our croissants here. I'm going to go ahead and cut them. You can cut them in thirds, or you can cut them in half, whatever works best. We're going to do thirds here. All right, so I've got my first one cut. I'm going to cut the second one, and just keep on cutting. Oh, I love croissants. I could eat a buttered croissant all day long. You know, I grew up on it. My mom actually used to live in Paris for a little while, and she lived there for about, I don't know, a little over a year. So French culture and pastries and food has been ingrained to my growing up. Fresh croissants, fresh crepes, you name it, she can make it. And I'm a little bit spoiled, but you know, store-bought is just as good. All right, so we've got our croissants cut into thirds. You can also cut it into halves if you want to, depending on how big you want this to be. So I'm going to pull this out. We're going to set it here, and then we're just going to dip these in. You just want to coat your croissant just like that. I'm going to grab a spoon here just to make sure that we get it fully coated. You can kind of flip it over just like that. All right, we've got a baking dish. You can really use whatever size baking dish that you want to. Square, rectangle, whatever it is. All right, this is good. I'm using my fingers here. Don't worry, I will be washing them later, but this is not a dish for people that don't like to get their fingers dirty. I mean, if you want to, you can do it without getting your fingers dirty, but you know what? When you're in the kitchen, you're making it good and you want to get in there. So, all right, we've got our first few. I'm going to continue to coat. We're just going to coat all of these in here just like this. And then what's great, once they're finished coating, we start to layer the cheese into our baking dish, just like that. All right, just coating it all. And then you want to just basically lightly coat it, and then any excess egg batter and egg wash that we have, we'll just dump on top, just to really make sure that everything is coated in. And this is why we've got to bake it into the oven, because you can't eat raw eggs. You know, your traditional ham and Swiss croissant, you would just either pop it in the microwave or the oven, or if you like it cold, that's okay too. All right, so we're just going to continue to layer these in here. And you're just going to nestle them in, and it's okay if they're a little tight because we're going to be cutting into it anyways, right? So we're just kind of layering that right in there. Awesome. And we've got one more piece to add into our mixture or into our baking dish. Great. Awesome. Looks great to me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour the rest of our egg wash just on top of it, just like that. And you've got a little bit of garlic salt. We've got a little bit of, you know, the egg, the rosemary. So the next part we're going to do, we're just going to take our cheese. I've got about 6 to 8 ham slices here. And we're just going to take our cheese, and you're just going to tuck it into random spots on this croissant. And this is the best part. It does not have to be perfect. We're just tucking it in there. All right, looks good to me. I don't know about you, but I am starving. Came into the studio this morning just ready to eat this breakfast casserole, but I knew I had to make it myself. So I'm just going to continue to do this. Now I've got some extra mozzarella cheese. We may add some onto it at the top. We may not. It's really up to you. It always adds a lot of cheesy goodness. But as I continue to put this Swiss cheese in, we'll kind of assess how we feel about that. Now you're welcome to add extra cheese. You can always do a different kind other than a Swiss if you wanted to. But you know, a good classic ham and Swiss, you can't beat it. That's the truth. All right, so we're just adding all of that in here. Now I'm going to take my ham and I'm just going to tuck it in. And that is the easiest part, because then this will all like melt together. You can just, you know, stick a fork in it, cut it up as you need to. It's going to be quite delicious. So we're just going to keep on sticking this ham, and it looks beautiful too with the green of the rosemary, and then you've got that vibrant pink of the ham. It's just it's a really pretty dish. As you can see, it's looking good. I'm going to keep adding. We've got a few more slices here, so I'm just going to add them in very quickly. And then if we want to, we'll add a little bit more cheese on it. And then when you're done with this, you'll just pop it in the oven. Our oven is heated to 400 degrees. You put it in the oven for about 10 minutes. And then you basically just make sure that the cheese is melted, because those eggs will cook all the way through, and you'll have a delicious breakfast casserole to serve to your mother or your friends and family. And I would suggest treating your mom right this weekend, because she raised you. So anyways, this is going to be delicious. I cannot wait to try this out with the team here at TV8, but we're going to continue finishing assembling it, and then at the end of the show, we'll show you what it looks like. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is going to be cooking, and then we've got the Eagle Valley Library District joining us in studio, so we'll see you shortly.
Good morning, Vail.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Now we are back on the couch with, I hate to say it, but I think my favorite guest that joins us on the couch. I love all of our guests, but we especially love having the Eagle Valley Library District here. And Tegan is here to talk all things that are happening now that we are transitioning from the winter season to spring and summer. Tegan, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, good. So we're in mud season, i.e.
Yes.
rain season.
Yep.
What
or
is going
snow
on?
season, or sleet, or hail.
Whatever, you know, it's like a toddler.
It's spring in the mountains.
It's
yep.
true. So what's going on with the Eagle Valley Library District?
So we still got our events going on, and we're gearing up for summer reading. So we still have our kid events and our teen events and our adult events. With the kids, if it's cold outside, Saturday we have stay and play story time at the Gypsum Public Library.
Great.
So you can come in for a story time, but then we bring out all sorts of fun things for the kids to like run around on, work on their balance. Sometimes we bring out the ball pits. So we have a lot of fun things to get people to stay and engage inside. And then of course we have our story times, of course, baby through toddler. Baby through preschools.
Oh, wow.
And then we get a little sneak peek of our partnership with Bravo Vail on Tuesday at the Eagle Public Library at 1 p.m. Bravo Vail's coming over. And so it's a little sneak peek on our partnership that we do with Bravo Vail over the summer, where they come visit the libraries, and it's kind of, they bring in the local, not the local musicians, the visiting musicians.
Oh, wow.
And so everyone gets a little taste of music, and they do like a petting zoo, so the kids can really get immersed into that experience.
That's incredible. I know, I think I've said this to you before, but I wish I grew up in Eagle Valley Library District.
Yes.
Because the things that you do
Yeah.
and the services you provide to the community are just, bar none. So tell me a bit about the events that are coming up outside of those. Do you have others planned for the summer?
So summer reading, of course, is our big thing. And so we're going to kick that off right after school ends. We're going to kick off our summer reading. And so what you can do, even as an adult, is you can read over the summer and earn prizes. And then we have weekly activities at all three libraries. So let's see here if I can get it right. So Gypsum's on Tuesday, Avon's on Wednesday, and Eagle is on Thursday. And so we're always doing something across the district where kids can come on in and participate. And they get brag tags this year for everything that they complete for their reading. And then we have fun activities.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very end is our famous foam party. So we bring out a big foam cannon and play some music, and kids run around and and just cover themselves head to toe with foam.
I love that. So the brag tag. So now
Yes.
is the chance, like, start planning for the summer.
Yes, plan for the summer, get ready to read, do the activities on the worksheet, and then you get your brag tags. And even adults, you get prizes as well. So we have some little fun things for adults to do so they can also participate. And then for parents, they can model to their kids and everyone can participate and have a good time.
That's really great. And so, outside of these changes in season in the summer programming, are there still consistent events that have been happening throughout the year?
Yes. So we story times always, and then we do a story time break right after summer reading so we can gear up for school. So in the school season, we have after school programs for kids and teens, and then we have adult programs throughout the year. We also have the county commissioners. They've been visiting the libraries for their open office hours. So if you would like to speak to a county commissioner, check on our website. They do the first and third Wednesday, and they rotate the libraries. So it's an opportunity to meet a local representative and just chat them up. And they're doing the office hours at the library to give people more access to them. So if you do have issues or you just want to say hi, stop on by.
Well, I love living here because our local, our local representatives, as you mentioned, are so accessible and are really so passionate to meet people, not just be in the office trying to push agendas forward and get things rolling.
Yeah, they want feedback. They want to know what direction you would like to see the county go in. They want to know the issues so they can address them. So, and by visiting the libraries again, that just gives them more access to more of our community. So, take them up on that offer.
That's great, and that's usually the first and third Wednesday.
Yes, so it is coming up. I believe they're going to be on the 15th. All my dates are confused right now.
We're in a weird time in the mountains.
Right?
Is it rain? Is it snowing?
Yeah.
Same thing with schedules and calendars.
Yeah. So it's always on a Wednesday, and so they've been rotating the libraries. So if it's in Gypsum, then it'll be in Avon. If it's in Eagle, it'll be in Vail. So they always have an office hour on either side of the valley. And if it snows and they can't get to it, we can reschedule. And then there's still the opportunity within the month to go to another library.
Wonderful. Well, Tegan, it's always so much fun to have you here.
Thank you.
How did the season wrap up for you? Did you feel like now can you breathe a little bit, or are we just rolling forward?
We're just rolling forward. So as far as like back of the house stuff, spring is like the biggest publishing time. Okay. So it's spring and fall. So we're getting all the new books in. So we're getting them out on the shelves as fast as possible so that everyone has all the new things to read. And then our summertime is our biggest time because the kids are out of school. And so we're providing all these activities. So really we're gearing up. And hopefully some of the kiddos have seen the librarians. They've been visiting school visits. They've been going to the schools and talking up summer reading so that they know that they have an opportunity to get prizes and then come visit us during the summer. So we're just geared up.
I love it. Well, you have such an incredible staff that
They're
supports
amazing.
you as well.
They're absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Well, great. Where can we go for more information and to follow up?
Yep, our new website. We did a redesign, and I hope everyone likes it. It's evld.org.
Awesome. Well, Tegan, always a pleasure. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Happy Friday.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Now, stay tuned. We're coming up on the close of our show. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
What happens to a poker player when there is life-changing money on the line?
Hey, catch! I'm rooting for me.
When they are faced with adversity?
Holy smoke. Jason can't even breathe right now.
Well,
look at him.
When a WPT title is within their grasp.
How sweet that is, baby!
See for yourself with a front row seat to all the action on the World Poker Tour.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
We're on Highway 6. Stone Ridge Road is the nearest intersection.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
It looks like a person has been hit that was waiting at the bus stop. He's lying on the ground, and his bag is shot all over the place, and he's unresponsive.
My name is Chief Greg Daly with the Avon Police Department. We are making a public appeal in respect to the tragic loss of Jack Ladisic, who was killed on March 5th of this year. Jack had come to the Vail Valley for many, many years. He was an avid skier and skied with the same group of friends for over 40 years. As a 76-year-old, he was an amazingly active individual. Jack was tragically lost on the night of March 5th, and he was left on the side of the road after somebody hit him with a vehicle. We are appealing to our community for any information that you may know about this event, or if you have any information about the person that was driving that vehicle that night.
Hello, I'm Detective Sergeant Herrera with the Avon Police Department. On the night of March 5th, 2024, John Jack Ledestig was walking westbound on Highway 6 at approximately 6:45 p.m. He was struck by a vehicle and killed. The vehicle left the scene. We know this to be a white, smaller vehicle reported by a witness. You are now seeing a video of a volunteer wearing similar clothing to what Jack was wearing that night. If you have any information or have heard of any information regarding that tragedy that night, please contact the Avon Police Department. We are seeking justice for Jack.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
Good morning, Vail.
Come on.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Vail Vibes. This is your guide to all the good vibes here in Vail and beyond. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and today we've got a lot to feel good about because we've got some cuddly creatures to play with here at the Vail Stables. Baby goats tend to bring out smiles from everyone around them, and Vail Stables understands that. Their goat yoga, or goga, classes draw people from all over the country.
From Salt Lake City, Utah. Absolutely loved it. Just so fun, you know, getting centered out with nature. And then, of course, the goats just continuously reminding you whether you want it or not with their little sounds and coming up for pets. Just so peaceful and lovely.
We're from Kansas City.
And what made you want to try goat yoga?
Just we've always wanted to do it.
I love baby goats and I love yoga.
Yeah, she loves anything baby.
Holly Beavers has been teaching goat yoga for 7 years.
Goats are just silly, loving, amazing creatures. I feel like they bring out joy and they also bring out peace and calm, and that's something that is really related to my nature and what I believe yoga is.
She says more people should try it, no matter what their experience level is.
It is for you, whether you've done yoga before, whether you've ever been around goats before. It is for each and every person.
So fun.
It's something that brings tranquility and fun and laughter and giggles and all the things that I think the world really needs more of.
And if you want the goats without the yoga, there's goat happy hour too.
It's really a time for families, friends, bachelorette parties, anyone to come up here and enjoy a beautiful view of Vail Mountain with 20 baby goats. They add a little bit of craziness to the mix. But we also have Colorado beers, cocktails, wines. You can really enjoy whatever you'd like, kind of build your own adventure. And we sell goat treats and horse treats as well. So it's kind of just outdoor happy hour time. Have some drinks if you want, but you're kind of here for the goats.
Olivia was raised at these stables, owned by her mother.
It was a wonderful childhood. Lots of lessons. You learn what hard work is pretty quickly when you have 50 horses, 20 goats.
She says the Nigerian dwarf goats are so adorable they give everyone a mood boost.
They are smaller breeds of goats, making them a little easier to get used to. But they're super fun, goofy animals. They're headbutting each other, jumping around, they're flipping around. They can also be super cuddly. So some of the little guys will sit on your lap and you can pet them and scratch them and they feel like a little cat in your lap. But then they'll be running around crazy, you know, going after the treats. Very cute. They're pretty adorable. We have little bandanas on all of them. Some have little bow ties, so.
Let's face it, goats are the greatest of all time. And we could all use a little love, light, and laughter in our lives. Check out vailstables.com for more info.
Now, before we leave you, we want to show you a little bit of the weather today. As you can see, 34 degrees. We are looking at 50% chance of afternoon showers. Winds coming from the south by southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour, but a high of 50 degrees. Now, looking at that hourly forecast, you can see 34. We're looking at 44 at noon, 46 at 4 p.m., and then 41 degrees at 8 p.m. So it's going to be a kind of consistent to what we've been seeing all week long. Now, let's look at the I-70 corridor. 54 degrees in Denver. We're looking at clouds. Vail, we're at 50 degrees for the high, 50% chance of snow showers, and then 53 in Avon, 54 in Eagle. So a lot happening across the I-70 corridor, but consistent with what we've been seeing all week long. Now tonight, it's 50% chance of snow, low of 31, clearing skies at I don't know, about 8 o'clock. We're looking at the sun setting, and then the winds coming from the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at that 5-day forecast. Saturday, afternoon thunderstorms, 48 for the high, 33 for the low, just about the same on Sunday. Monday, we're looking at afternoon showers, more thunderstorms on Tuesday, and finally, we get a break in the weather with some dry skies on Wednesday. So a lot happening there, but I have to tell you guys, it smells incredible here in the kitchen. I've got to pull out this casserole dish to show you exactly what we have going on. Oh my gosh, that cheesy, melty goodness. It's looking incredible. It's smelling incredible. And this is my favorite part. Now, if you really want to wow your guests, check this out. We're going to take some honey. We're going to dribble it all across the top because who doesn't love a little savory and a little sweet? I love using this fancy honey wand and using our Colorado local honey. So we're just going to drizzle it all the way across the top there. Just looking so incredible. You can do about 2 tablespoons of that honey as you continue. I'm going to add a little more because who doesn't like to taste the local pollen, especially now because we are in the height of allergy season. And honey ham is the best. So, oh my gosh, you can see that cheese bubbling, looking wonderful. And then we're just going to add a little bit of thyme because thyme and rosemary go together like peanut butter and jelly, in my opinion, when we were talking about spices. Now we're just doing a pinch of the dried thyme. You don't want to do fresh for this one. You just want to do a little pinch of that. But oh my gosh, I can't wait to serve this to my mom. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Enjoy your weekend.